Listen to the XX or something, like the space is like as much of the composition as what is there, you know? Like what's not there is just as important.
Right.
And then you get into like reverbs and spaces and ways to fill the negative space in tasteful ways.
Totally.
Which is like,
totally.
Yeah. Like we were talking about the Ocean, was it the Ocean Way plugins?
Oh,
right?
man.
Yeah.
That room, it's like for anybody that doesn't know, it's like basically impulse responses of the Ocean Way recording rooms. And it just sounds incredible. Like you put on stuff and it just sounds like a record. It might not be, I mean, you have to dial in some stuff to maybe get exactly where you want it, but there's something about just placing your sounds in a space that immediately makes it feel like a thing, you know?
Like it's in front of, like it's really existing and it's not just like a recording.
Totally.
Yeah, I love putting that kind of thing on guitar. I remember when I first learned like about room reverbs on like guitar amps and stuff, and I was just like, oh, this is how you get that like space and
totally making it feel like it's something that happened instead of just like a signal.
And then when you do that, it like takes up more space in the recording too, so you don't feel a need to like add more stuff. Like you're like, okay, is this a good guitar part? If it's a good guitar part that's recorded well and like has proper treatment, you don't need that much more.
What are your go-to spaces? Like, do you tend to go to delays first or reverbs first or like the Ocean Way stuff, like more room sounding things?
I've been really into room, like short reverbs. Have you used the AMS reverb?
I've not, no. I know it's like a staple of everything. And
it's like,
yeah.
It's so cool.
Is it the UAD one you go to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That has some really cool algorithms like the nonlinear and the ambience, and has a couple reverse ones that are super cool.
Oh, nice.
And I'll just like set the spaces to short, and that just gives an instant vibe that just sounds really cool on vocals. You get like the Phil Collins effect, sort of.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like his reverb. Like he used that.
So is that the one that kind of sounds gated, but is it the non-lin that just kind of goes and then stops?
Yeah.
Because I've heard that referenced before, but I never really knew what like non-linear meant in a technical sense.
Yeah, it's a weird term. I don't know what it means, but
right.
It's that sound on the snare drum that's like the sound of the 80s, like that gated snare sound.
Okay,
If you put the non-lin on it, on a snare now, you get that like instant time machine, to the 80s vibe.
Totally.
But so I like that. I mean, obviously like Valhalla Vintage Verb is great for like bigger reverbs and stuff. I've been playing more with the Lexicon. I think the 224 UAD plugin. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I don't geek out too much on like specific types of like what reverb I use. It's more about like the sound and like if it
and like the feel.
Yeah, the feel.
Okay, yeah.
And then delays, I tend to just reach for Echo Boy, like as
Echo Boy's so good.
Yeah. Set it to like the Echoplex or one of the other like tapey settings. And
Echoplex and Space Echo, I think, are the go-tos for me on Echo Boy, and or sometimes the tapier stuff and then kind of overdriving a little bit, saturating. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Echo Boy. I do wish the filters would go a little harder, like on H delay, you can really like dial in the low pass and high, or the low and high cut filters all the way, like they can cross over each other.
Interesting.
And you can get these kind of like really like band passy kind of sounds. And I feel like the Echo Boy ones like just kind of take a little off the top or the bottom.
Yeah, they're not as extreme.
But it sounds so good.
It's true that I usually end up putting an EQ after them in the chain. But yeah, the sound itself is great. I also like H delay. It's a good one too. So you can't knock that one.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for checking out the episode. Be sure to check out the show notes for music by this week's guest and more info on the things we talked about. If you enjoyed the podcast, please tell your friends, leave us a review, or subscribe on the Bandcamp page. That's makingrecords.bandcamp.com. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.